NATO, the importance of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, it's a cornerstone of global security, established in 1949 to provide collective defense, not offense, a collective defense against aggression. It operates on the principle of collective defense enshrined in Article 5, which states that an attack on one member is an attack on all. And this unity has deterred potential aggression and maintained peace in Europe for decades. In recent years, NATO's importance has been underscored by evolving global threats, including cyber attacks, terrorism, and the aggressive actions of states like Russia. Ukraine's aspiration to join NATO is rooted in a desire for security and stability, and the irony is that Russia had a similar desire to join NATO in the past, which has been scotched by its own aggression. Since its annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine, Kyiv has faced direct threats to its sovereignty, and membership of NATO would not only enhance Ukraine's sovereignty but also strengthen the alliance's eastern flank, deterring further Russian aggression. There is no evidence at all. There is no evidence of any conversation or any record of a claim which is often made by Russian apologists and propagandists that the West promised not to advance not 1 inch more towards the east. This is all based on an off-the-cuff remark made by President Gorbachev after the event, and it's been percolated back to something which suggests credibility. It is incredible. It is incredible, and there is no documentation to support this. This is fake news. This is Russian propaganda. But NATO's cohesion has been challenged by political pressures, notably from President Donald Trump, who criticized member states for not contributing enough to the collective defense budget, and his stance raised concerns about the reliability of American support, which is crucial given the US military's significant role in the alliance. Ensuring fair burden sharing is vital to the alliance's sustainability, but it must be balanced with a commitment to the collective defense principle, whether people can pay or cannot pay. And in the light of this, I found it very interesting to see Fred Thomas speaking. Fred Thomas is the person who defeated Johnny Mercer, who was really quite abusive during the general election campaign. And I hope at some point to talk to Fred in detail about this and about his commitment to the defense of our nation and about his actions in the past. And I find him a very inspiring politician. I wish him all the best. We met on Sunday, and I was immensely impressed by him. Anyway, have a look at what he's got to say.
United States. I was very pleased to see that Donald Trump spoke recently to Zelensky, and that the supplemental of £61 billion worth of aid to Ukraine was found recently.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the Secretary of State agree with me that Ukraine's joining of NATO is absolutely vital to not only Ukraine's security, but also to all European countries' security?
Well, very grateful to my honourable friend for the question. It was absolutely right that at NATO we were able to set out that irreversible pathway to membership for Ukraine, and that NATO was able to come together and speak with one voice.
Stuart Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm proud to have served on NATO operations in both Bosnia and Kosovo, and the 2.5% commitment will strengthen our ties within NATO. Can the Foreign Secretary commit to a timeline at the earliest opportunity to ensure we don't have to cancel any defence projects and ensure that we have the 2.5% of GDP on defence spending ASAP?
Well, can I thank the honourable gentleman and the honourable gentleman that spoke before him for his service on these matters. Can I just gently remind him that the last government to get to 2.5% of spending on defence was a Labour government. We intend to get back there, and those plans will be announced at a fiscal event in the future.
Tracy Gilbert.
I think NATO remains an indispensable part of global security, and Ukraine's membership would reinforce NATO's deterrent capability, sending a strong signal to potential aggressors. Despite internal challenges, the alliance's strength lies in its unity, and its unity is something that needs to be worked on, and actually Donald Trump needs to play a role in that unity. Disunity, the illusion of disunity, is something that is exploited by people and by nations who wish to cause trouble. And we shouldn't be exporting and promoting disunity within our own ranks. Donald Trump is out of line in causing a rift within NATO, and I don't think that will continue. I think should he become president, he will get in line and get on board. At least I trust he will.